coming up on OU Nightly, we are continuing to track your severe weather. Stay tuned for the full detailed breakdown.
Plus, President Trump signs the bill releasing the Epstein files. Find out when you can expect to start reading them, and why nearly 30,000 students skipped school in Charlotte this week. This is OU Nightly. Right now, you're taking a live look at the South Oval, where all day students have been walking on and off in the rain. Thanks for joining us tonight on OU Nightly. I'm Kariana Gamboa.
And I'm Reagan Garvin. Today we've been hearing that students have been getting updates about when the rain will start and end, and also flash flood warnings on I-40. Right now we're going to turn it over to OU Nightly meteorologist Brighton Calloway. Brighton, are we expecting any severe weather?
Thank you, Reagan and Kariana. Yes, so right now we are in a marginal risk for severe weather, and what that will include, we will be having a chance for some damaging winds, hails up to quarter size, and a low possibility for tornadoes. But make sure to stay tuned for a detailed breakdown on what those threats will look like and in what areas, as well as a full detailed breakdown on that timeline. As well as that, make sure to stay tuned. We do have a cold front coming into tomorrow, so we will be tracking your cooler temps for this weekend and what that will be affecting for your game day forecast.
Thanks, Brighton. A teen accused of planning an attack for Election Day last year in Oklahoma will spend the next 15 years in federal prison. 19-year-old Afghanistan citizen Abdullah Haji Zada was sentenced yesterday. Prosecutors say Zada had 2 AK-47 style rifles and 500 rounds of ammunition. After serving his sentence, Zada will be deported back to Afghanistan and permanently banned from the U.S.
3 people have been indicted today in a months-long human trafficking investigation that stretched across Oklahoma and Missouri. Leslie Ann Brown, Brandy Ann Nicole McDaniels, and Anderson Byron Walker all face sex trafficking charges. According to the indictment, the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics began investigating as early as May of this year. If convicted, all 3 could face life in prison.
The U.S. Justice Department has 30 days to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. This comes after President Donald Trump officially signed the bill last night. With his signing, he went onto his social media account, Truth Social, where he says, quote, "I asked Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader John Thune to pass the bill in the House and Senate." Some lawmakers worry the administration may try to slow down the process of the release.
The U.S. proposes a peace plan for 2 foreign nations still in war. Jack Hancock has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
The U.S. is presenting Ukraine with a potential new peace plan to end the war with Russia. The plan could include Ukraine giving up much of the eastern Donbas region. U.S. officials say the plan is still in the works and would require approval from both countries. European diplomats insist Ukraine must be consulted on the plan. President Donald Trump suggests some Democratic lawmakers should be put to death. Earlier this week, Democratic lawmakers who previously served in the military released a video calling on active service members to refuse illegal orders, stating there is a threat to our Constitution from within. The president took to Truth Social, calling their actions, quote, seditious behavior punishable by death, going on to say, hang them, George Washington would. Leaders on both sides of the aisle condemn the president's comments. 30,000 students in Charlotte are back at school following an announcement from immigration enforcement that they will end their operations in the city earlier this week. Nearly 20% of local students skipped school earlier this week. Through Tuesday of this week, agents arrested nearly 250 people, sparking fear and chaos for many students. Federal agents are expected to head to New Orleans after Thanksgiving to start a new operation. Representative Sheila Sherfilis McCormick is indicted on charges of stealing nearly $5 million of disaster aid. Kiriana, Reagan?
Thank you, Jack. One local law firm is spreading Thanksgiving cheer this holiday season by giving out thousands of turkeys to the community. This is all a part of McIntyre Law's 16th annual Day of Kindness. A Unitely asked senior partner Noble McIntyre what he wants people to know.
If you need a turkey, stop by the parking lot at Southern Hills Baptist Church tomorrow morning. We don't have an income requirement. We don't check IDs. We don't check income. We don't even ask questions. Come by and we'll give you a turkey and some stuff to go along with it for Thanksgiving.
They will start handing out turkeys tomorrow at 8 a.m. at Southern Hills Baptist Church. It's first come, first serve. Now we're breaking down new economic reports that could sway the Federal Reserve's next big rate decision.
What it means for your wallet next.
And America's affordability crisis continues with no end in sight.
Find out which company consumers are turning to for affordable products when we come back.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown.
Mariella!
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
The Federal Reserve says the government shutdown has impacted their ability to make a decision on interest rates. Amy Kiley reports on how this could affect your wallet.
This is going to be really key.
Economic reports coming out today could influence the Federal Reserve's next rate decision. They contain data on home sales, mortgage rates, and the belated September jobs numbers. That last one is crucial to the Fed's dual mandate. It's charged with maximizing employment while controlling inflation.
As this chart shows, we've seen just this dramatic slowdown in job growth in the U.S. economy.
The Fed uses economic data to decide what to do with interest rates, but it's missing information due to the government shutdown.
This report is going to go a long way into shaping all of those concerns about the U.S. economy and questions about what the Federal Reserve is going to do next.
It seems even before this new data, some Fed officials were leaning toward holding rates steady next month. That's according to newly released minutes from their October meeting. Rates already are down after 2 cuts earlier this year. Now futures show investors don't predict a third. That's despite President Donald Trump's attempt to pressure the Fed into slashing rates. That would lower the cost of borrowing money. But many economists say his tariffs are inflationary. They warn cutting rates too soon could raise prices for Americans.
We have inflation. Do you want to be cutting rates into a record housing and asset environment?
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
As Americans struggle with a growing affordability crisis, Walmart is becoming a solution. That's according to a new report from CNN citing a growth in sales numbers. That report also notes that shoppers are spending more when they buy at Walmart. This all comes as the grocery giant invests in online shopping and increases wages for its employees. Now, last night, OU finished its Sovol series with a bang.
Coming up, see how OU turned the South Oval into a winter wonderland.
Thank you for choosing OU Nightly as one of your main sources for weather, especially during these times of severe weather. It's extremely important to stay weather aware and updated. We do have an app called Weather Call, $12 a month, $1 a year, and make sure to download it to get updates anywhere in the world.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Good afternoon. I'm OU Nightly meteorologist Brighton Calloway. Right now, we are taking a live look at our weather center cam. You can see out in the distance a lot of gloomy skies, but right now we don't have any showers happening right now. Temperature is at 68 degrees, humidity 78%, so it is feeling pretty muggy out there, a little oppressive. Nothing too bad. That's just because of that rain we saw this morning and a few showers that we have coming up tonight as well. Winds, a few gusts coming out of the southeast, 6 miles per hour. As we make our way into tonight, we are going to see some chance for, again, those isolated showers. Right now we are staying clear, but you can see this is a live look at our radar. We do have some light showers making their way in. Current temperatures 68 in Norman, a little cooler on the Panhandle, 49 in Guyman, 67 Idabel, 65 Elk City. So not too bad, definitely feeling like fall out there. Now looking at our future cast, like I said, as we make our way into tonight, we're going to see a few more of those isolated showers. Nothing really in Norman around 7 o'clock, but eastern Oklahoma, that's where you're going to see most of those showers. You can see those darker shaded areas. That's where you're going to see intense storms and showers. That's including some intense winds and a possibility for some quarter-size hail. And we also have a low possibility for tornadoes. Our lows tonight, we're going to be definitely cooler, 56 in Norman, 37 in Guyman. And that's just because of that rainfall. We're going to see that cool down because of the rain and also also because of the low cloud coverage. Here is your severe weather outlook, the green shaded area. You are all in a marginal risk, again, for that quarter-size hail, those wind gusts, as well as a low chance for tornadoes. Taking a better look at this is a tornado risk, as well as your damaging winds. You can see staying, again, very low, but be sure to always stay weather aware and stay weather updated. We do have an app called Weather Call. It is $1 per month, $12 a year, and you will get a call from an OU Nightly meteorologist anywhere in the country, letting you know about this severe weather and giving you an update on what to stay look for. Now, taking a look at your game day forecast, we do have a cold front making its way into Norman tomorrow, and that will be affecting your game day forecast. I know I'm so used to wearing some shorts and t-shirts, so this is definitely looking a little different. If you're going out for the tailgate, make sure to pack a jacket because it is going to be pretty chill. We have 50 degrees at 9 a.m. At kickoff, it'll be a little bit warmer, 55, and then by halftime, we are going to be in the upper to mid 50s. And now we have a beautiful look at our 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the 60s for most of the week.
I can't believe it's going to be cold for this game day. I wasn't really looking forward to wearing a jacket to the game.
Me either. I'm going to have to find a whole new outfit.
It's definitely going to feel like fall football, though. Like, finally, it's been so hot. I've always been sweating so much.
That's
true. It's true. It's starting to feel like fall. Well, thank you so much, Brighton.
Of course.
Santa and his reindeer made a pit stop at the Sooner State last night. OU Nightly's Julia Roberts reports on how the University of Oklahoma is spreading holiday cheer across the Norman community.
OU finishes their Sobel series with a Christmas miracle, hosting holiday lights on the South Oval. The event brought the OU and Norman community together through s'mores, hot chocolate, and even Santa Claus. In other years, OU hosted holiday lights in Burr Park near the student dorms. Many believe it was smart moving the event elsewhere.
I think that was perfect because I just think it's so open, and I think this is an area where a lot of kids go, and I think it's just like a perfect spot for like people in the dorms to come to.
I know there's been a vision for us to actually work in response to students' feedback who wanted more walk-up events and programs that they can come to and attend, and also build on existing traditions.
Some find OU using their money towards events like this instead of other programs worth it.
It's very well worth just because some of the other stuff, it's like maybe towards like football, and sometimes not every person can go to like those football games and all that.
OU really brought the Christmas spirit this year with their holiday lights event, bringing many new additions like a live carriage ride, a food truck, and even a live light show that's happening right behind me.
Holiday lights gave an opportunity for friends and families to connect with one another while celebrating the festive months.
So I do think it's a great thing too to invest in a sense of belonging, community gathering for our students, our faculty, our staff to just come together and be together in moments like these.
While the event was only for one evening, the nightly light show will be projected on the Bazell Memorial Library through the holiday season. Reporting for OU Nightly, I'm Julia Roberts.
Thank you again to Julia for that report. This is the first year the university has had its Sobel series. The Norman Police Department is also kicking off their annual Fill the Cruiser drive. They're asking for unopened toys and baby supplies as a way to give back to Norman families. Donations will be taken through December 15th. You can drop them off at the Norman Police Department, 12 West Dawes Street. The OU football team controls their own destiny as the college football playoff is in sight.
And reinforcements could be on the way to help the Sooners clinch their spot.
And a familiar face and opponent for the Oklahoma City Thunder came back to Loud City. Plus, Sooner Hoops is back at LNC this week. See if the OU women stayed hot and if Porter Moser's squad can bounce back right after this.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Oh, right. Look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs. We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable. Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Michael Thompson, and it's time for sports. Win and you're in. If the Sooners can beat Missouri and LSU in the final 2 weeks, they should secure their spot in the college football playoff. And on the first SEC injury report, R. Mason Thomas is listed as questionable after missing Alabama, and Xavier Robinson is completely off the report after going into the tent against the Crimson Tide. But John Mateer feels that his offensive line is ready for a Tiger hunt on Saturday.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, they're so young, and that's what everybody talks about. But those are some men that are not afraid of anything, and they get after it. And standing behind them, I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but I trust them, and I trust them. And I just say, I just move around too much. That has nothing to do with them. It's just a flaw that I have in my quarterback play, and I'm going to fix it. But I trust them. I love them to death, and I really mean that.
NFL.com's Ian Rappaport reports that former Sooner running back Joe Mixon's mysterious foot injury is now expected to cost him the whole 2025 season. Mixon injured his foot over the summer and has been on the non-football injury list all year for the Texans. Rappaport adds that 2024 could be the last that we've seen of Mixon since he is 29 years old, but Mixon posted on X refuting that report. And Jenny Baranchek's squad got humbled by UCLA 10 days ago, but since then they have been dominant. Wednesday night, East Texas A&M became the latest victims of the Sooners, losing 112-59. Reagan Beers and Sahara Williams both scored over 20 points, and Aaliyah Chavez added 9 as she continues to adjust. But Baranchek knows that the early season beatdown will benefit her team.
It was deer in headlights. We're a little bit nervous. This is real. You played two really, really good teams to start the season, and that gets you. But I feel like you get to know a lot about your team when you kind of start that way and have to kind of work your way up. It's not about building up confidence. It's chemistry.
An in-state battle between Oklahoma men's basketball and Oral Roberts tips off at 7 p.m. tonight in the Lloyd Noble Center. The Sooners lost to Nebraska last Saturday, but senior guard Nigel Pack reined in 6 triples and 27 points, and they'll need more of that shooting tonight if they want to get above 500. And Wednesday night was City Night in the 405 with new jerseys and a new court. And Chet Holmgren got right to work dunking all over the Sacramento Kings. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has sat out 9 fourth quarters so far this season, but he did play in this one, nailing the mid-range plus the foul. He ended with 33 points, and the Thunder take down Russell Westbrook and the Kings 113-99 in what could be Westbrook's last trip to OKC. Kiriana, Reagan.
Thanks, Michael. A new trailer, Catching Fire Online, has fans of the Hunger Games series excited.
A brand new look at the movie will have you wanting to volunteer as tribute to see it after the break.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria?
When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
I'm Sutton Parker at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The Cleveland County Sheriff's Office is reporting that the department has been impacted by a ransomware attack. In a post on social media earlier today, the department says the attack is affecting parts of their internal computer system. The county IT department overseeing the network is currently working to resolve the issue. OU Nightly reached out to the Sheriff's Office and they say they are investigating the attack. Kariana, Reagan, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Sutton.
We're going to take one last look at what you can expect from your weather for this week.
Yes, now tonight we do have temperatures in the 60s with that chance of rain, and then tomorrow we will be looking at 70 degrees, but as we make our way into the weekend, we are going to see that cold front coming through, and that will be affecting our game day forecast. It's going to look a little bit cooler. The first time we're actually going to see some fall football weather, and then for the rest of the week, we are going to be pretty consistent with those mid to lower 60s, and then again, another cold front will be coming in Tuesday night, and we are going to see those temperatures in the 50s now. So it's definitely going to start to feel like fall finally.
Well, thank you so much, Brighton, for that update. Now, Reagan, this is something I'm very excited for. The first teaser for the new Hunger Games movie, Sunrise on the Reaping, was just released. Take a look.
I think these games are going to be different.
The sequel to the famed franchise takes place during the second quarter quell 24 years before The Hunger Games and follows a young Hamish Abernathy played by Joseph Zada. The movie features stars like Glenn Close, Kieran Culkin, Elle Fanning, Maya Hawke, and several more.
The movie will release exactly 1 year from today, so if you're anything like me, make sure you start your 365-day countdown. I absolutely can't wait for that movie. I watched the last one and all the other movies, so super excited for that.
Same. I'm also super excited.
I got my years mixed up. I thought it was coming out this year, so I was really disappointed when I found that out, but next year.
No, you're going to have to wait a year on that one.
Right.
Yep, a year from today.
There we go.
Well, thank you so much for watching OU Nightly. I'm Kariana Gamboa.
And I'm Reagan Garvin. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Right now, you're taking a live look at our Gaylord Christmas tree, so we'll leave you with that. Good night.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.